Happy Thursday, Kipsters! Right, so I have a problem for you to try and solve. It has to do all about time. So every day I go running and I always start at 12 o'clock. I then run for 30 minutes. What time do I come back home? So again, every day I like to go running at 12 o'clock. I always run for 30 minutes. What time do you think I come back home? So I drew a clock and it shows 12 o'clock with the hour hand and the minute hand on 12. Where do you think the minute hand will be after half an hour? Because half an hour is the same as 30 minutes. So in your brain, picture the minute hand moving and stop it where you think that the minute hand will be. So if I start at 12 o'clock and I run for 30 minutes, where is my minute hand now going to be? Hmm, it'll be right here. I go running at 12. I take 30 minutes. And what time do I come back home? At 12:30 because it took me half an hour. So today we will read some stories to help friends figure out the correct time for them too. Now that we are super experts at telling time, we can help others tell time. Just like in my running story, sometimes you have to have the ability to tell time really quickly. Listen to my story and let's see if I can determine and you can determine the time too. Kim's dance class starts at 3 o'clock. So again, Kim's dance class starts at 3 o'clock. The class lasts half an hour. What does the clock look like when the class ends? So again, the class lasts half an hour. What does the clock look like when the class ends? So grab your piece of paper and pencil so you can help me figure out this too. Draw a clock just like I did, and remember it doesn't have to look perfect, but make sure that you have all your numbers on your clock. And you can pause the video right now to give yourself time to draw this clock. Right, so if we go back into the story, I see she started class at what time? At 3 o'clock. So right now I want you to take your pencil and draw the minute and the hour hands. Where would they be if we are showing 3 o'clock? Let's see. I know in order for there to be 0 minutes for 3 o'clock, our minute hand has to point to 12. And for it to show 3, our hour hand has to be on 3. So now we're at 3 o'clock. Let's keep going with the story. It says that the class lasts half an hour. So we have to show this clock half an hour later. So where do you think that we can move this minute hand to show that 30 minutes have passed? So erase your minute hand because we're going to show 30 minutes later. And I want you to draw that minute hand. Where is it now going to be? Oh, you're right. It's going to be on 6 because remember that shows us 30. So what time does her class end? At 3:30 because we were here at first and then we moved all the way down here to show that 30 minutes have passed or half an hour has passed. Right, awesome job, Kipsters, figuring out what time her dance class ends. Let's do one more. When I left the house yesterday to buy groceries, the clock showed 5 o'clock. So again, the clock showed 5 o'clock, and let's see if we can draw it on our clock. Where's the hour hand going to be? It's going to be on 5. And to show 5 o'clock or 5:00, our minute hand is on 12. So it took me 1 hour to buy groceries and come home. What time did the clock show when I arrived home? So again, it took me 1 hour to come back home. Now I want to know what time did the clock show when I arrived? So if we think about the clock, what it showed when I first left, it showed that it was 5 o'clock and it took me 1 hour. I wonder if we move our minute hand here, because remember went from here to here. Does this show that 1 hour has passed? I don't think so. It only showed that 30 minutes have passed. So I can't say that I came home at 5:30. We have to keep moving that minute hand. Okay, so I know I took more than half an hour. I took a whole hour. And remember, when a clock is showing that a full hour has passed, our minute hand has to go all the way around like this. And we are now at a new hour. So what time did the clock show I arrived home? 6 o'clock, because that's the next number that shows up. So our minute hand went all the way back up, and our hour hand moved to the next hour because it was an hour later. So again, Kipsters, what time did I come home? 6 o'clock. Awesome. For our exit ticket, this one I want you to solve all on your own. So you can either draw the clock out or you can just think in your brain what time the answer is for this problem. So it says Harmony's mom is making pancakes. She started making pancakes at 9 o'clock. It takes her 1 hour to finish making the pancakes. What time does she finish? So draw your clock to help you solve. You can start with the time that Harmony's mom started making the pancakes and then think about what it will look like an hour later. Then make sure to send this answer to your teachers so they can see you solved a story problem all about time. I'll see you tomorrow, Kipsters.